morning, students. In the previous lecture, we have studied there are two types of quantity, vector quantity and scalar quantity. How to identify vector quantity and scalar quantity? What about the direction and magnitude? At present now, we are at 10.2 exercise. In previous lecture, we have studied only 10.1, which is very simple, informative exercise. Now exercise 10.2 containing some theoretical part. That is, first part is magnitude. Remember certain points which are useful for 10.2, and you have to remember for MCQ part also. Magnitude first of all. Now what is the magnitude? If x bar equal to x1, x2 and x3, vectors having two-dimensional or three-dimensional, vectors having two-dimensional or three-dimensional, if there are two elements, then it is two-dimensional vector. But if it is a two-dimensional vectors, we are studying in standard 10th also, geometry in R2, x-axis and y-axis. At present, we are studying three dimensions. So x component, y component and z component. So x bar equal to x1 comma x2 comma x3, or x bar equal to x1 I cap, x2 j cap, x3 k cap. Now you know there are two systems to represent the vectors. Either x1, x2, x3 with comma and bracket. It is called coordinate system. Or it is x bar equal to x1 I, x2 j, x3 k cap. It is called axis form. You can use this coordinate system or this method. Out of two, you use any method. But I think so, coordinate form is too much important, means too much easier to represent the vectors rather than this axis form vector. But in a textbook, there are some sums are there which are given in IJK form. So convert into x1, x2, x3. I means x component, j is present, then y component, and k is present, then z component. And you know very well what is IJK. I means 1, 0, 0, unit vector of x-axis. On the x-axis, 1 unit. J is 0, 1, 0, y-axis, 1 unit. K vector is 0, 0, 1, is on the z-axis and 1 unit. And you are studying this IJK in physics also. A very simple part. Now how to find magnitude? The magnitude of x bar is, symbolic form is x bar and then modulus. Then it is a root of x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square. How to find magnitude of vectors? The square of first element plus square of second element plus square of third element and then root of entire. The first topic is based on magnitude. I think you know about magnitude. It is a representation of vector. There are two types to represent the vector: coordinate system or it is axis form. If you write your vector in the axis form, then you have to write plus or minus sign. Now second, you have to remember second point. First point is over. It is oriented on magnitude. Now second, if A and B are collinear, vectors, then A bar equal to KB bar. Now A and B are collinear, then A bar equal to K B bar, K is not equal to 0. It is a rule. If A and B, two vectors, are collinear vectors, then A bar equal to K B bar. Like this. The direction of these two vectors are same. These are called the direction. It's top cover. So it is in same direction or it is in opposite direction. In both the cases, A bar equal to KB bar is called collinear vectors. Same direction or opposite direction. But how to identify whether it is a same direction or opposite direction? So if K is more than 0, find out K, which we are studying later on. If K is more than 0, then A and B having same direction. And if K is less than 0, then A and B having opposite direction. It depends on the K. K is a non-zero value. If K is 0, then an entire part is 0, then there is a no question of direction. If K is positive, then A and B having like this, having same direction. And if K is negative, then like this. A one vector go to this direction and second vector go to this direction. They are called collinear vectors, but in opposite direction. So it's the second point which you have to remember, very important point oriented on direction. Third is unit vector in the direction of x bar. Unit vector in the direction of x bar. It is called x cap. X cap is also a vector, but cap denotes the unit vector. X cap equal to वेक्टर x बार अपॉन इट्स मैग्नीट्यूड. कोई भी वेक्टर को अगर उसके मैग्नीट्यूड से डिवाइड किया जाए तो हमको यूनिट वेक्टर मिलेगा. Any vector is divided by its magnitude, it is called unit vector. Fourth topic, which is the most important topic of this chapter, is all scalar elements of unit vector is called direction cosine. Topic is direction cosine. All scalar elements means value of unit vector is called direction cosine. In short, we have to find out unit vector. Suppose A bar is A1, A2, A3. A bar is A1, A2 and A3. So its magnitude, you know very well now a magnitude. Square of first, square of second, square of third, add them and then do. So A cap equal to vector A bar upon its magnitude. A bar is A1, A2, A3 and its magnitude is mod of A bar. So it is a unit vector. We split this denominator and we got A cap. Unit vector is A1 upon its magnitude plus comma A2 upon magnitude, A3 upon magnitude of A. It is not a direction cosine. It is a unit vector. So scalar elements means first element, second element and third element are called direction cosine. So for direction cosine, you have to find its unit vector, its x component, its y component and its z component is called direction cosine. It can be shown by direction cosine. The word is cosine. It is cos function. As far as trigonometry is concerned, it is a cos function. So cos alpha is equal to first A1 upon magnitude of A. Cos beta is equal to A2 upon magnitude of A. And cos gamma is third element, A3 upon magnitude of A. Now what about alpha, beta and gamma? Cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. So alpha, beta and gamma are called direction angles. In shortly, alpha, beta and gamma are the angles made by vectors with axis along with axis. Suppose in this figure, vector shown in the figure is vector OP. See, this one is a vector, OP vector. This vector made alpha angle. This vector made alpha angle with x-axis. This vector made beta angle with y-axis, and this vector made gamma angle with z-axis. If it is a three-dimensional geometry, then there is no question of clockwise or anti-clockwise. One example is that, suppose x bar equal to 2 minus 3, 6. Find direction cosine and direction angles. Find direction cosine and direction angles. How to solve this? This is an example oriented on direction cosine and angles. X bar is 2 minus 3, 6. Now first of all, we need direction cosine. What is direction cosine? So what is the definition of direction cosine? Direction cosine is a scalar element of unit vector. Direction cosine is a scalar element of unit vector. And first of all, find unit vector. And for what is the definition of unit vector? Vector itself divided by its magnitude. So for this one, find first of all magnitude. X bar is 2 minus 3, 6. Its magnitude is 7. You know very well its magnitude. X cap. X cap is a unit vector. Vector divided by its magnitude. It's 2 minus 3, 6 is a vector itself divided by its magnitude. So split this denominator. 2 by 7 minus 3 by 7 and 6 by 7. So it is unit vector. If question is find out the unit vector and your sum is 2 by 7 minus 3 by 7 and 6, it is a unit vector. If you find the magnitude of this vector, you get 1. When the magnitude is 1, is called unit vector. But the question is find direction cosine. First part is direction cosine. So what is the direction cosine? Its definition is direction cosine. Definition is all scalar elements. So first element is 2 by 7, second element is minus 3 by 7, and third element 6 by 7 are called direction cosines. And second is direction angles. Now direction angles. What is the direction angles? So one vector is there in the space. As per our figure, OP vector is in the space. Now this vector made alpha angle with x-axis, beta angle with y-axis, and gamma angle with z-axis. So alpha, beta, and gamma are called direction angles. How to find direction angle? The word is cosine, the cos function. Take first element as cos alpha. Alpha is angle made by vector with x-axis. Second is cos beta minus 3 by 7. Beta is an angle made by vector with y-axis. And cos gamma is 6 by 7. Gamma is an angle made by vector with z-axis. It is x-axis, it is y-axis, and it is z-axis. And what is alpha value? If cos alpha is 2 by 7, but 2 by 7 is not a known value as per trigonometric function. So alpha is equal to cos inverse 2 by 7. Beta is equal to pi minus cos inverse 3 by 7. Why we take pi minus? Because cos beta is negative. And beta is equal to cos inverse minus 3 by 7. The range of cos function, cos inverse, the range of cos inverse is 0 to pi, closed interval. And 0 to pi closed interval is the first quadrant and second quadrant. If cos function is negative, then value lies in second quadrant. and second quadrant is represented by pi minus. And gamma is equal to cos inverse 6 by 7. It is a positive. If alpha, beta and gamma are the value of angles in cos inverse form, if it is a positive, then alpha and beta alpha and gamma lies between 0 to 90 angle. This alpha is an acute angle, beta is also an acute angle, but gamma is also an acute angle, but beta is pi minus cos inverse 3 by 7. It means beta is an obtuse angle. It is three-dimensional figure. So beta is an obtuse angle. It is represented by pi minus. But in acute angle or obtuse angle, it is not a part of sum. It is only for your knowledge. So here, theoretical part of exercise 10.2 is almost over. So now let us start exercise 10.2, which is based on magnitude and direction. Now question number 1 is find out magnitude. A bar is given I cap plus j cap plus k cap. It is 1, 1, 1. So its magnitude is root 3, square of first element, square of second element, and square of third element. Now magnitude of B, find out magnitude of B. B is given 2i cap plus 7 minus 7j cap minus 3k cap. X element is 2, y element is minus 7, and z element is minus 3. So its magnitude is, do yourself, you can do easily this addition and square and addition. Same way, vector C is 1 upon root 3i plus 1 upon root 3j minus 1 upon root 3k. It is x element, y element, and z element. And it is addition of square is 1. So C is called unit vector. So these three sums are based on magnitude. ये तीनों में magnitude हमको निकालना. अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, 3 and 4 और 2 और 3 में write two different vectors. हमको दो वेक्टर्स ऐसे डिफरेंट होने चाहिए विथ इक्वल मैग्नीट्यूड. इसका मतलब मैग्नीट्यूड इक्वल होना चाहिए, लेंथ इसकी इक्वल होनी चाहिए, बट वेक्टर्स डिफरेंट होने चाहिए. अब वेक्टर्स डिफरेंट का मतलब एलिमेंट्स डिफरेंट होने चाहिए, बट उसकी मैग्नीट्यूड का मतलब लेंथ इक्वल होनी चाहिए. तो A is 2 minus 3 6, B is minus 2 3 6. Or you can take 6 3 minus 2, 6 minus 3 minus 2, whatever. नंबर यही होने चाहिए, आगे पीछे कोई भी जगह पे रख दो तो दोनों का मैग्नीट्यूड इक्वल आएगा 7 7. बट एलिमेंट देखो, इसका x एलिमेंट डिफरेंट है, y एलिमेंट भी डिफरेंट है, z सेम है, तो वेक्टर तो डिफरेंट हो गया. कैसे डिफरेंट हो गया? तो हमने देखा था 11th में 3D मैंने पढ़ाया था, तब हमने x पॉजिटिव, y पॉजिटिव, z पॉजिटिव, उसके बाजू वाले रूम में x नेगेटिव, y पॉजिटिव, z पॉजिटिव, पीछे वाले रूम में x पॉजिटिव, y नेगेटिव, z पॉजिटिव. तो हमने 8 रूम बनाए थे. ऐसे इसके हिसाब से आप ये सोचो कि दोनों डिफरेंट वेक्टर है बट उसकी लेंथ इक्वल. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, राइट टू डिफरेंट वेक्टर्स हैविंग सेम डायरेक्शन. अब हमको वेक्टर डिफरेंट होने चाहिए लेकिन डायरेक्शन सेम होनी चाहिए. तो देखो 1 minus 2 3 और ये मैंने लिया, इसके डबल ले लिया. कोई भी एक वेक्टर सपोज कर लो, आपको ये खुद करना है, और उसको डबल कर लो, 3 टाइम्स कर लो, दूसरा वेक्टर मिल गया. तो A and B हैविंग डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स, इसके एलिमेंट्स से डिफरेंट भी है. इसके 1 तो इसका डबल 2, ये -2 तो इसका एग्जैक्ट डबल -4, इसका 3 तो उसका एग्जैक्ट डबल 6. So A and B are different, two different vector, but having same direction. डायरेक्शन क्यों सेम है? क्योंकि अगर ये वेक्टर इसमें से 2 कॉमन निकालो तो ये इससे डबल ही वेक्टर है. देखो, इसका मतलब ये वेक्टर की लेंथ इतनी है, इसकी लेंथ जस्ट डबल, एंड एलिमेंट्स आर एग्जैक्टली डबल. सो डायरेक्शन भी दोनों की सेम हो गई, डायरेक्शन सेम बट वेक्टर्स आर डिफरेंट. एंड क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, 2i cap plus 3j cap and xi cap plus yj cap are equal, then find x and y. ये दोनों वेक्टर इक्वल दिए हुए, अगर दो वेक्टर इक्वल है तो x एंड y की वैल्यू निकालो, तो x की वैल्यू 2 एंड y की वैल्यू 3 बाय कंपेयरिंग द कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग एलिमेंट्स. i के साथ जो है वो x कंपोनेंट है और j के साथ जो है वो y कंपोनेंट है. सामने सामने कंपेयर कर दिया, x कंपोनेंट 2 हो जाएगा और y कंपोनेंट 3 हो जाएगा. x है 2 and y 3. It's very simple part. Exercise 10.2. First part is a magnitude, which is very easy. Square करो, add करो and root लो, तो magnitude आ जाएगा. और ये कैसे मैंने एग्जांपल लिए, ये भी मैंने सिखा दिया. इसमें वेक्टर डिफरेंट होने चाहिए, मैग्नीट्यूड इक्वल होने चाहिए. तो वेक्टर्स डिफरेंट के लिए एलिमेंट्स चेंज कर दो, पोजीशन चेंज कर दो तो भी चलेगा. और इसके अंदर वेक्टर्स डिफरेंट होने चाहिए लेकिन डायरेक्शन सेम होनी चाहिए, ये भी मैंने समझा दिया. So remaining sum we will see remaining sum in next lecture now. Thank you.